Yes, Vincent Delaccio, broker owner of Century 21 AA Realty in Seaford, New York. And I really do appreciate, David, what you've done. Is the detail that you've put into these videos is second to none. The lighting, the clarity, the videos, how professional they are. I've been doing this for years with you only because it's the best out there. I have yet to see anything come as close. You also are able to relate to all the different levels. Now, I've got agents in the business that big mega agents, and I have agents just starting, have agents that are in business for 30 years, and agents are just starting with the company. And you relate to everybody. You're able to touch everybody. It's good common sense. It's good practical business sense and things that anyone can implement. So I thank you for that. It's really terrific.
Well, my name is Crystal Whaley, and I'm with Realty Executives Southern Living. We do have a lot of agents that are joining the market, and there's a lot more things that they have to learn that you didn't have to learn a long time ago or even 2 years ago. The Knox First Tuesday is amazing to send out. I do like the videos that come out every month. They tell you what's new. And that's another 2 or 3 minute video. And every once in a while, we will send a mass email to the office if once again, we're seeing some kind of symptom happening that month. And the feedback that I get from the agents, they just love it. But you never know what that one sentence or that one word will do that just clicks with that agent. And the good thing about it is it's only, some of them are only 1 or 2 minutes, and some of them you have longer ones. And that is what I think is really valuable right now, is getting those 1 or 2 minute videos in when you can.
My name is Mark Johnson. I'm the president of JPAR Real Estate. Our agents absolutely love the videos inside the David Knox Library. They love a number of things about them. One, they're very practical. They like that they're short. Right. But on average, within 5 to 8 minutes, you can grab a key concept, and they're very well organized, and they're structured in so many different topics. As you know, we have agents that are in 5 different stages of development. Whatever stage of development they're in, there's a video for them.
Your platform is almost like paint by numbers. That's how simple it is. I mean, pick out what you want, you have it, and it's there for you. So, now, I think any broker or trainer that is not utilizing it really should spend some time evaluating, looking at it yourself. When I look at performance, I try to see how effective we are with this program. There was another agent that worked at another company for 6 months, did absolutely nothing with them. She has been with us in 4 months. She has 5 transactions. We plugged her right into the program right away. And what she liked about it is that, I think you perfectly named it, it's an action plan. She said, there's an actual plan here that I can follow and do the work. She says, I sat in the other office, I go there, and they kept saying, well, we'll get to you. We'll get you some training. From 0 transactions to 6 months to 5 transactions to 4 months with us as a result of putting through the training program and support systems that we have.
And I 100% see a direct correlation between the agents that are utilizing the videos and their productivity. And I can measure this on a short-term scale, and I can measure this on a 3-year scale, since I've been using you guys since day one. And since we're on our 4th year, the agents that are top agents have a high percentage of activity in their portals. In most training systems, you could never measure that. You don't know where they're at or how much they have done. So if you really want to geek out on it, I would highly suggest signing up for those notifications just to see who's been in there and who hasn't. Because another positive thing to the videos is who isn't going in there and doing the training. That is who you need to reel back in. So it could actually be used for broker management and better one-on-one sessions. But if it wasn't for the action plans for the brand new agents, they would no way be at their gross productivity right now that they would be at. There's no way to naturally learn all that stuff like we did. So with the brand new agents that we onboarded, we get them right on your videos, and man, you can see the ones that fly through it, but they're actually getting substance out of it. It's just not watching them, they're enjoying them, But yeah, if it wasn't for those videos, those brand new agents, there was no way that they would be making their 6 figures that they did their first year. Yeah, you got to start it right when they start, right in onboarding, like, especially the new agents. Every new agent, I mean, I have agents that are now a year Well, my name is Crystal Whaley, and I'm with Realty Executives Southern Living. One of the hardest things to be a broker is training your agents. It might be easier with one or two agents, but even the training is still difficult with one or two agents. I've been utilizing your David Knox videos since we franchised 3 years ago. We're on our 4th year franchise since day one. It actually is a win-win situation for the brokers because it takes all of that work off of you, not all of it, but a big majority of their onboarding. And so one of the main things that we do is when we onboard agents into our office, David Knox is actually on our onboarding checklist.
I'm Mandy Serios. I'm the Director of Training for Berkshire Hathaway PenFed Realty in Wichita, Kansas. For all the new agents, we are trying to boost productivity, of course. And so we need to ensure that they're making their calls, reaching out to their sphere. And I think that's one of the really big differences with our company. I want them to be prospecting to their sphere. And I don't think a lot of other companies do that. We are not big into cold calls. We're big into working with the people that know you, like you, and trust you. And so I think that's a big win. And I know that's how a lot of your videos are too. That's why I like it so much. It fits in so well with how I sell and what I think. And so it's a very good fit with our program. David, we really appreciate all your videos. We look forward to the new content coming out every month. We appreciate all your insight and training, and we love watching our new agents succeed with your videos.
My name is Mark Johnson. I'm the president of JPAR Real Estate, a national real estate firm focused on integrity, productivity, and service. One of the things that we really focus on, really the only universal metric that anyone respects, is per person productivity. And so we've created a culture of productivity, and that ties directly into usage of the David Knox library in building skills. One of the best ways to get agent engagement in training is to create a culture of productivity and service. What we've been able to successfully do is drive adoption of the David Knox library by tying it directly to the skills they need. See, we could have, in our view, we could have the best mindset that we have. We could have the best game plan, but if we don't have the skills, it's going to fall flat. And so the David Knox library for our associates helps them build the skills they need to handle objections, to perform a listing presentation, to properly show a home, to convert leads, and even for our managers to recruit better.
Well, it helps me out a lot because being an independent broker before I franchised, training was crazy. Okay, so everyone wants to franchise sometimes people don't, but even if you're an independent brokerage, these videos are great for you, because even if you have one or two agents, because I was an independent broker for about 10 years, right, before I franchised. And even then I knew the technology and the training that I needed to give each of my agents. It was going to cost me anywhere from $500 to $800 an agent just to give them what I needed, as far as technology and training. And even if you have the tools, where's the training program at? Training is the hardest thing to do, because no matter what, yeah, you're a broker, yeah, you're supposed to train, but how are you doing that by yourself with no tools? And so we have other training available that we can put on personalities, and we can do one-on-ones, but there's just nothing that really quite measures the progress like the David Knox videos and just gets straight to the point. And so brokers get frustrated because these agents do want training. And we say, we want to go as fast as you want to go. Well, can that really be true if you don't have a plan in place or an action plan already figured out? No, you have to do it yourself. And so instead of working on the company, you end up working on your training program. And now I've got 60-70% of my time back, because you want to grow an office, you got to train your agents. And if you don't have something in place, then it's all on you.
I log in, I go into the agent action plans, and I set them up with our 2021 new agent fast start action plan. Before they start their company training at the end of the month, that gives them something to do, so they aren't just bored saying, okay, what do I do now that I've got my license? It talks about prospecting, it talks about open houses, talks about your sphere, a great way to get started. We've had inventory issues. I think pretty much everyone has right now. So I went through the action plan to get listings now. And just every day, I didn't even have to search for the videos. I knew what was coming up because we were just following the action plan. Definitely things that you don't just think of.
The action plans that David Knox, the training offers, the new agent onboarding is just amazing for that, because not only does it go through your voicemails and picking up the phone, it goes through your business cards, it goes through all of that stuff that we have to do anyway. So that is the number one thing, is onboarding. But the beautiful thing about the action plans is it's something that you can follow up on weekly. But when I noticed I assigned the action plan to these listing agents, it actually let them have control over when they watch the videos, when they do them, and I can handle the other part to help them out coaching. But when I was able to go in there and see where they're at, or see if this kind of slacked off a little bit, because if my agents want to do something, my executives, we're going to do it. But the accountability is what's so important about it, because we have so many interferences in our day. Being accountable and helping your agents be accountable for the things they do, it's easier to keep up when you assign them to these action plans, because you might blink and a week's went by and it doesn't feel like it. We get so busy. Well, so do they. And so one of the things with the productivity is I was able to go in there and see and measure on how fast they were moving along with it, what they got, what videos they were researching over. So I noticed these agents, when they finally got on that training, they just killed it. And I believe if we didn't have that action plan on top of the broker advisement that we always have to give, they wouldn't have been as successful. And so when I go in and look at these percentages on how much they're doing, there definitely is a direct correlation between how often they're going in the system themselves. But then you can actually check the substance of what they're doing in the system. And you can also say, hey, I haven't, what's going on? I know you wanted to get this goal done or whatnot. How's your action plan going? The more training, the more videos that the agents are in the David Knox videos using, there are top agents. Okay. And I can't explain any other way. The ones that have not been really utilizing it aren't.
When I see a topic that is new, that ties into one of the 15 steps that I have, I will take that and put it into that step. And if there's something that I want to replace and move it out, I can move it out and replace it with this one. Or sometimes I find myself leaving them in. So they do get a little lengthy at times, but they're all valuable. And what's so nice is that some videos are 2 minutes and some are 13. It's enough for somebody to absorb all the information and actually hit the replay button. And along with that is all the scripts that you have with it. I mean, when I tell people, you put your pen aside, you don't need to write this down. I'm going to give you a little pamphlet with this. They go, oh, wow. So it just really works well for both the instructor as well as the student or the agent that's working with them. You send out on a monthly basis the new material. So you watch them and you see, hey, this would work in nicely. So it's pretty simple. If you just take the plan, this is what comes in monthly, see if it can plays in. If not, you leave it in as a resource. It's almost like every 90 days, I should be updating the action plan, reevaluating it. What I love about it is the stamps. I know what video they watched. And then the task to do, they put the date in that they actually did it. I love the transparency. So I really get to see what the agents are doing. It lets me know too who I need to spend some time with and maybe who's not really making a commitment, because everything is based on, I'm putting my time into, I want to make sure the agents are putting their time into it as well. So if they're not going to make an investment in themselves, I know right up front where I'm going to be putting my time. And I'll go over and say, these are the tasks that didn't get done. This is what did get done this week. I mean, boy, talk about hands-on and coaching. It's just really, really good. And it doesn't take more than 2 sessions before they know that I'm serious about them watching the videos and the tasks, because I'm giving them feedback and reporting, and I'm doing it in a session. And, I don't embarrass anybody in the class. I say, hey, guys, look at your sheet. Are you happy with what it is? Are you on target? If you keep going the way you are, is things going to stay the same, get better, or get worse for you? The key, David, to get people to watch the videos is we get them started right from the day they start working with us. Also, what I do is I do business planning and I do coaching, one-on-one coaching with individuals in the company. So at certain times, I will sit down and they'll tell me what they want to work on in the next 90 days. I do everything in 90-day intervals with everyone in the company and what skill set that they want to build. As a result of that meeting, I have the outlet to the action plans, and I will tell them, watch these certain videos. This will help. And then naturally I meet with them a week later, and I'll put them on an 8 to 12 week follow-up system and coaching. And I use the videos to save me a lot of time and have them view it and then sit down with them and then just rehearse with them the final pieces of the presentation or skill set of closing techniques that they need to learn. So I think that's, once again, it's a time saver for me. And I think other brokers that get involved, that they really, really go in and watch the videos and see the great training that's there, the value there. It's like having an assistant trainer there. I mean, it saves so much time, and it's right on target every topic that you have there. So once again, greatly appreciate David, everything you're doing for us on that.
We've got all this great information and great tools, but unless you put it out there and show them, as a leader, show them what's available, many times people aren't taking advantage of it, right? So this is just my way to say, hey, look at all this value. Look at what you could be implementing more into your business. So it's been a great tools, and you got to put it out in front of them. They're not going to go get it.
But unless you have somebody guiding you the way on how to use it, they're not really going to get the benefit out of it. You have to give them that carrot to dangle to want more. And so I would recommend, if you're having anyone have a hard time using the videos, find out what it is that they want, what it is that they need. And the first of the year is the best time to do it, when we're redoing our business plans, when we're sending out our questionnaires. What do you value? What would you like more? What more training would you see? Instead of just giving them a whole kit and caboodle, find out exactly what the agents are needing in your office at that time.
Hey, and another way that we drive agent engagement is constant reinforcement. We do a morning huddle, and not only are our morning huddles virtual through Zoom, but we also increase our audience through combining Facebook Live. We emphasize the David Knox Library on our morning huddles from time to time. We take advantage of the What's New Each Month email that David sends out, and we redistribute that, and not only redistribute it, but reinforce it. Maybe there's one or two key things around gaining listings or servicing clients. And so we re-engage the material and repurpose the material in everything we do. And in fact, we've integrated it. It's an integral part of our system. It's not just an add-on or a tack-on. It's those tools that we reinforce. It's those tools that leadership talks about. It's those tools that are integrated into our daily routines. And if they're not, we find that those tools and resources aren't used. What we've done with the David Knox Library is integrated it in everything we do. Virtually every discussion we have, every guide, every resource comes back to the resources of the tools, training that our associates can use to build their skills to drive more productivity and service in the communities.
The key to getting the agents using this is that the trainer or broker has to watch these videos. Because if you don't watch them, you don't feel comfortable. You don't want to learn on the fly, trying to teach everybody at the same time that you're learning it. For a trainer to use the program, they themselves have to watch these videos over and over. And it just really works so nicely. You have to be able to prepare for it. Preparation is everything on the trainer's part. So I feel comfortable with it. I said, okay, great. That's going to go into buyer consultation, or this is going here. Because you have a lot of material there, you have a lot of videos, but I picked the ones I wanted and put them in there. And then, like I say, when you have new videos, I watch those and say, this would be perfect. This is really current, up to date. I want to have that in our program, and I'll put that in.
When I see your email, I make sure I open it up because I want to see what's fresh and what I can bring to my squad. Stay aware of that email. Anything you see with David Knox, open it up. There's great value content that you can be sharing with your squad. I may be in a space of training on prospecting. Then I share a great video and they're like, oh, thanks for sharing that. So it's great to bring in more perspective and content.
Yeah, it's Vincent Delaccio, broker owner of Century 21 AA Realty in Seaford, New York. How I get agent engagement, first I start with the new agents. So when we hire a lot of new agents, we get them adopted to the system right away. Okay, I like what you did with the action plans. Fantastic. For people that may not be familiar with the platform, you have videos and you have tasks. in the task, what I do is I put down some of my business tools that I have in there that I want them to have, some technology pieces, so that that supports that topic, whether it's your circle of influence, whether it's social media, whether it's working buyers or sellers. The tools that we have at our company at Century 21 A Realty are plugged into the task. And what you have set up, which is really nice, is we have links that are in there that they have our documents and forms and such that we need. It really works terrific. We took the action plans and we started with our onboarding process there. So they're already introduced to the program the minute they start the company. They know to go there and it becomes their resource. I actually spent a 30-minute meeting onboarding, just teaching them how to use the action plans. And then from there, I took your model of all the steps and then added to it. And we have all the different categories that we work with in the real estate business. Now, what I do also is with new people, I have an in-house training program that we do. I use these videos, every one of those steps, that is my training program. And it's really nice because what I get to do after I've introduced the action plans to them, I tell them to watch the videos that are assigned in that step prior to us meeting. So this way, when we meet, we do 90-minute workshops. And in those workshops, we role play exactly what you taught them to do. And it works fantastic. Now, the other nice thing, because as a broker, you always have people starting and, who's on week 1, who's on week 5 and so forth. So if someone misses something, I can always have them go back. They always say, give me the material. Well, it's really easy to get. Go right to the platform. You could see what you missed the other day, and then I could do follow-ups with them. It's really, really super. My goal right now is to expand the onboarding process and put more of the business tools that I have in there. And what's so nice is that I don't need to spend time going over everything with them. They see it already. And then when I get them, I'm strictly doing role play. And we're getting right down to brass tacks and getting down to the actual skill set that they need to develop. It all comes down to the follow-up. If the brokers don't follow up, nothing's going to happen. They usually say thank you. Hey, thanks for staying on top, man. That is what I need to do. And for some people, I said, you're not making the commitment. They go, yeah, I realize there's a lot more to this business than I thought. And we part as good friends. The business is just not for them. So it works both ways. Saves me a lot of time.
I'm Mandy Serios. I'm the Director of Training for Berkshire Hathaway PenFed Realty in Wichita, Kansas. And I also am an agent, so I still get to sell and love that side of it too. We really have a two-pronged method of integrating David Knox videos into part of the culture. For all the new agents, when they're initially onboarded, our agent services manager sends out an email with a list of things for them to do. Then I meet with every new agent that we onboard for about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, and I go over our websites, I go over our processes and programs, one of them being the David Knox training. So we sign in, I make sure that they know how to get logged in, kind of give them a tour around the website. And I tell them, you've already been getting my emails Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I show them that they don't have to watch the email I send, but they have access to the full library. They can search by topic, they can search by experience level. While I have them with me, I log in, I go into the agent action plans, and I set them up with our 2021 new agent fast start action plan.
We make sure that the app for the videos are downloaded on their phone. Most of the time, the agents, even the seasoned agents that's been with us for a while, they don't really have time anymore. So I always say, if you're sitting in the waiting room or in a grocery line or the doctor's office or just commuting to your car, it's better than listening to endless advertising on the radio that you zone out anyway. You might as well pop on your Bluetooth a David Knox video.
It was great. I was able to watch one of the videos that were here over the waiting. Everybody spends time waiting somewhere. The other thing is that, late at night, everybody has different hours that they peak. Some people are morning people, some people are evening people. They have the platform from their home, flip it on, and they can watch the videos and at all different hours. So to me, it's like perfect. I mean, it's mobile, it's desktop, consistent, and it just blends very nicely with the office and the.
The way I get experienced agents to watch the video is by making sure that I'm sending something that's going to be useful and helpful in their business. So when I highlight in my comments, I make sure I say, this is something I had never thought of before, or I'm now considering wording my questions to sellers in this way. One that I sent out this week was with another agent that you had interviewed, and she said, when she's touring the house with the potential sellers, she makes the response, when I sell your house, what are your plans after that? It was the presumptive close. And anything that I can say, I've never thought about it in this way, maybe you haven't, is going to be helpful to them. And I have respect from the more experienced agents. I've been licensed over 5 years now. I mean, I do a decent amount of deals. They know that I'm not just sitting in the office. I'm in the fields, and I know what's going to be useful and helpful to them.
David, with experienced agents, what I do is I'll do a workshop with a group of agents that say, look, I want to get better in a certain particular area. So I will do it one of two ways. I will either have them watch a video before we meet, and I'll maybe work with a small group of 5 or 6 people, and they will watch it already, and then I can work with them on the skill set that's necessary to complete the task that they're working on. With some groups, once again, I will vary that, and I will introduce the video in the meeting, show it, and maybe have it timed out where it says the 2-minute mark to the 6-minute mark, play it, stop, and then rehearse with everybody and get feedback. As a trainer, what you want to do is ask a lot of questions. Actually, what did you see? What did you get from this? How would you use this? And then work with them and, PDR, practice during rehearsal. You talk about it in your videos as well. I do a lot of that too with an iPad. I'll record them making a listing presentation and have them evaluate. I mean, it's the greatest tool ever for helping people.
Then you also have training for seasoned agents moving into the office, or even people in our office that's wanting to get to the next level. So by utilizing your action plans, either on onboarding or perfect for the new year. So we've had agents that have been with us for a few years, and every year we'll assign a brand new action plan too. So when you introduce the David Knox videos as soon as they come in to the office, or whether they just need a revamp up, just assigning that action plan, it ends up going in their email. There's a great introductory email that makes it more personalized too.
For our experienced agents, we have a Wednesday afternoon training, team training, and so we will incorporate those videos into our Wednesday afternoon trainings. We also do daily script training from Monday through Friday. We do a script training from 8:30 to 9. So every morning we start off with a chunk of good information before we go into script training. So we'll watch a short video, have quick discussion for the first 10 to 15 minutes, and then we go off into script training. It's very well received. My experienced agents love it because it's just it's either a reminder or a new nugget, something they're like, oh shoot, I can incorporate that into what I'm already doing. My name is Ricardo Jimenez. I am with Corcoran Global Living. I do a lot of morning trainings from 8:30 to 9 o'clock. So I will listen to some of your trainings, David, and share some of that content directly with my team. I'll share it in our Facebook group and ask the team to watch. We also announce it in some of our team trainings and team meetings. So that's how I found it most effective to get the word out. So we actually have a Facebook group where we share all of our wins or any good content that we come across. When I receive your emails, David, I generally review what's new, and then I'll plug that into the Facebook group and ask the team to engage and to watch, hear some good content that a lot of time it already pertains to some of the stuff I'm training on. I often share the videos in my Monday night trainings. I do a Monday night training for all new agents and interns that are in our internship program. So I will have my staff put that into our slideshow for our Monday night trainings. We do every Monday night, 5:30 to 7:30. And so I include your content, and then we open it up to discussion. We'll go into little breakout groups and they'll have discussion about what we just watched and how they can implement it. And then we come back into a big group and share our what we've learned from the video. It's super effective.
Also, we do a Friday training once a week. I'll never forget this one training we did, and it was on conversion. And I know, David, you do a lot of role playing stuff, and we're like, well, let's just do that. Let's do one of the conversion for rentals. And so we popped on one of your videos. And, you actually have scripts and everything like that. And I had a big bunch of rental lead numbers. We literally called the rental lead numbers after we watched the video, and we had agents making sales at that training. They were just nervous. Okay. So when you have a lot of newer agents or seasoned agents that's just nervous about cold calling, going to the videos on a Friday training and doing that as a group and cold calling together as a group is so fun. So the one agent that just said, okay, I'll go first, he got a client. And so guess what that did to the rest of the agents? They're like, okay, give me one. But if you have an agent that's having an issue, and they come to you directly, it really helps the broker knowing the library as well, because now I can just spit out a video or tell them where to go, and it's fixed, and it does it just as good as I would. So it definitely helps even with you got a minute, people that come in or random phone calls, just because I know the library pretty good. And that also takes time off of me as a broker. Another way that we utilize the David Knox videos is that in our sales meetings. And some people are like, how do you get them to show up to your sales meetings? Well, there's David Knox videos on that too. And it is really it's planned. It's all planned. And it's something that might not happen overnight, but agents have to see the value in coming to the meetings. If they don't get the value of the meetings, they're not going to show up. And if you've been too busy as a broker to really strategically plan your sales meetings, you're going to see you're not having many agents show up. So something that you can do to give value, what we do is every once in a while in our sales meetings, we will put on a David Knox First Tuesday or something that's new for the month. And they're always relevant too, because that's the one thing I like about your videos. They're relevant to what's happening right now. A lot of them are in 1, 2, and 3 parts. And so for sales meetings, we'll put whatever the hot item on that week is, because every week as a broker, I always see something that everyone's having an issue with. So what happens is we introduce these in the sales meetings with real situations that's happening right now that gives them tools. As soon as they walk out of that meeting, they're going to want to watch another one and a second and a third one.
Your topic is great. First Tuesday meetings. Well, I've been doing Tuesday meetings for over 35 years on Tuesday morning. So I will grab one of the videos that you send us every month and tie it in. Sometimes I'll take videos that you have in the past that I think we just need, because things kind of resurface and sometimes you need to hear things more than once. So I'll go back and grab a video that's appropriate to what's going on in the company at that time and play it, stop it. And once again, if you just play and push a button, it's useless. What I mean by that is the instructor. You need to really get people engaged in it. Okay. I don't mean the material isn't. The material is very valuable, but as a broker, you've got to practice these skills over and over and over again.
I've been watching and sending out your videos to our agents 3 times a week now for almost 20 months. And I went back and looked at our analytics, and prior to me coming on, the 12 months previous, our viewership was in the double-digit numbers, did not break 100. And I looked back, and since I've been with us, we only had 1 month that did not hit triple-digit viewership, and it was 98. So we were pretty close. And I watched the video myself. In a lot of your videos about prospecting, David, it talks about how a phone call or face-to-face is best. And then it goes down with text, email, direct mailer. All those are going to get a lower conversion. Well, it's the exact same thing with this. If I was just forwarding out an email and saying, hey, everybody watch this, it would not be making the impact it is. I watch the video, I write my own synopsis, I give a little bit of information about what I think or how I've used it in my business or how I plan to implement it in my business. And then I send out the direct link so they don't have to go find the video. And I also send their username. And a lot of times I get responses back. Last week, I got 2 responses from agents who appreciated the videos that I sent. I've had people tell me it's like their daily devotional. They love it. They love waking up and starting their day with David Knox. So I think that me watching it, being invested, and writing that synopsis really goes a long way. You've got to put into it at the management level to get the buy-in for sure.
We're saying, hey, get a routine. You know, every single morning when you're drinking your coffee, pop open a video, you know. And so even if it's a 1 or 2 minute video, and we just talk about feeding your brain a little bit, you know, because if you start your day with a little 1 or 2 minute video, no matter what it is about, you never know what you're going to see. It doesn't even matter what it's about, you know, just pop on a David Knox video for a minute or two, because it starts your day really good. And you never know, during that day, you might have been happy you watched that, because that would have probably came up. And we have heard that. If I didn't watch that this morning, guess what happened 2 hours later? You know, so you just never know. So then they get addicted to it because they have the tools. They have the tools when it comes. And so that's more valuable to them, is being prepared in the unexpected. So I love having that little coffee time, watch a video thing in the morning. We always tell the agents to try to do that.
So another benefit has certainly been David Knox visits. We have a Wednesday team training from 1:30 or from 1 to 2. We've had David as a guest presenter. I mean, I think it's been awesome, man. You come in and share some wisdom on a topic, but it also reminds them to stay connected with the content that we have available to us. So it's been a win-win. And then so we now have you coming in quarterly, so it's keeping people connected.
And, you know, we love being able to promote you and have you come out quarterly and talk. And when I'm in your website for the first time, kind of showing them around, I do tell them, you know, we try to have David on with a webinar, Zoom every quarter or so. So be looking forward to that, just so they kind of have a little bug in their ear.
You were in our meeting live. And so it really connected you. You're not just some YouTube person on the screen that they'll never meet, or maybe back in like a little ant in a convention, you know, you're there sitting in our conference room live, and the agents can ask you questions. So I think that really does help that you're that involved with your company. All of the agents, though, they really just engage, because now here's David live at our luncheon or at our actual meeting. And so I feel like that really is helpful. So and I don't want to get you to have too many emails after this video, but if anything, I would highly want to inspire the managing brokers or principal brokers, if they're having issues, schedule you live